What's going on in the Naples real estate market for 2020? Well, I'm going to show you right now. Let's go. Welcome to a brand new year and a brand new decade, the 2020s. Let's jump right into the national news, and I'd like to basically tell you here from this chart, George Ratiu, who is the senior economist at Realtor.com, says that housing is going to be a strong foundation for the U.S. economy going into 2020. And that is because we have these panel of experts here, from Fannie Mae to Freddie Mac to National Association of Realtors and the Mortgage Association, is that interest rates are still going to be stable. Okay, from these panel of experts here, it's going to range from 3.6% to about 3.8%. Very stable, under 4% in interest rates, so it's very low. However, there's one issue that we have with the national market, and that is a shortage of inventory. Inventory it's almost going to be at its historic low, as you can see here from Realtor.com that posts here that if it continues to grow like this, to basically be more of an inventory shortage, it could be an all historic low. And that is due to a lot of the monthly supply of unsold homes. They are decreasing. Homes that have been sitting on the market for a long time are finally moving, and it's still depleting the market of the inventory. 4 months last year, and now it's down to about 3.7 months of inventory. So it just keeps trickling down. And in fact, Doug Duncan, who is the chief economist of Fannie Mae, believes that new construction is going to be surging up. It's going to be increasing in lieu of the shortage that we have of resales. And I did mention this in my last video last month when I was talking about all those building permits being pulled, because you have to have permits to build homes, whether they're in a project or individual homes. So that's going to take it by the storm because of this inventory shortage that we're having nationally. And in fact, also Frank Martell, who is the president and CEO of CoreLogic, he basically believes that sales prices are going up 5% this year. So that's a big deal. Now I'd like to talk a little bit about the appreciation. As I mentioned in my last video, everything was going up in a trend, and the same panel of experts that I mentioned, Freddie Mac to Fannie Mae, National Association of Realtors, they believe that appreciation is going to be at 2.8% up to about 5.4%, depending on which expert that you're listening to. And in fact, I'd like to also point out the importance of this. And if you see this chart here, you take a $250,000 home that you have purchased or that you've already owned, and you wait 5 years, it's going to appreciate almost $50,000. It's going to create that wealth of $47,500, which I basically rounded up to $50,000, and that is huge. That is huge equity being built. What a great investment. So this is an excellent time, and all fairness, I have to bring up this chart here that shows nationally that 44 states have shown this appreciation. There's only been one state that's actually shown a decrease in the housing market. So now I'd like to move on to the local market here in Naples. And I have the famous infographic from the Naples Area Board of Realtors, which is for short called NABOR. And it's showing an increase in everything across the board except, guess what? Inventory. Inventory is down 21%, and that is really not a surprise. I've been talking about the inventory decreasing almost consecutively now for a few months or so, so it's really not a surprise there. However, there's been an uptick increase in pending sales. There's still a lot of activity here in Naples, and 21% that has increased according to the data here from NABOR. And also we have the median sales price that's gone up about 7% to about $350,000, and all across the board with overall sales from single family homes to condominiums, everything has increased up in the 30% range. That is really amazing. In fact, 2019 is probably the biggest sales of the decade. So with that being said, I'd like to show you some quick facts, and that has been presented here from NABOR as well. And what I love about this is that it goes back about 5 years and it shows you where the highs and the lows are. And you'd be surprised with, for instance, the months of inventory, it's actually showing 2015 as having the lowest over 2019, just by a little bit, but it's still showing 2015 having that difference. And it is really a surprise. But anyhow, just go ahead and feel free to pause it, take a look at it, and see what you're wanting to know more about. And with that being said, I'd just like to wrap up this video. If you would like to know more about the Naples real estate market, you have any questions, whether you're buying, selling, investing, or you're simply just visiting the area during our high season month time, please let me know what I can do to assist you. My name is Margaret Hodge. I'm with the Epifanio team at Royal Shell, and I will be back next month for another market report.